Hello everyone, it's time for another guitar lesson. So if you guys are new here, welcome, and if you're not, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So today I'm going to be discussing about guitar tabs, or guitar tablatures, or guitar tab notations, whatever you want to call them. So this skill is pretty much going to be a necessary step for you guys to move up onto the next skill levels when it comes to playing your guitar. So some guitarists or some musicians out there in general prefers using sheet music, but there's also some advantages when it comes to playing your guitar, or by referencing a guitar tab as well when it comes to playing certain parts of a song or pieces that you want to perform with your acoustic or electric guitar. So there's mainly two advantages when it comes to using guitar tabs when it comes to playing your guitar. And first one is going to be the ease compared to the sheet music that other musicians use when it comes to playing their own instruments. So pretty much it's going to be showing you what strings and which fret of those strings you're going to press on with your fingers. And it's also easy to determine some movements that you're going to be using as you play your guitar as well, such as like hammer-ons or like pull-offs or like sliding up, sliding down. At least that's what I believe. I mean, I don't even use sheet music when it comes to playing the guitar, so to each their own. So a bit of disclaimers first. We're only going to be discussing certain beginner concepts when it comes to guitar tabs. There's going to be a lot of them, so I just pick the most common guitar movements or like basic common concepts when it comes to playing certain songs that you play in your guitar. Especially for like pop songs, they don't really do much guitar movements or concepts or anything like that when it comes to the guitar tabs anyway. So I'm just going to be relying on that when it comes to making this video. But yeah, before we begin, please do not forget to leave a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for future videos. And if you guys would like me to teach anything else, just comment it down below as well, and I'll try to do it for you. And we'll also be able to show your support by sending a super thanks my way down below as well. Really appreciate that. And yeah, that said, let's go straight right into it. Okay, so you want to learn how to understand guitar tabs? I got you. So an example of a guitar tab is going to be this one right here at the top. Yep, so notice how it's just your guitar fretboard pretty much, just lying down. You see that? You see that right there? Yep, it's just pretty much the same thing in the same format. But the only difference is that it's going to be flipped when it comes to the guitar strings. So your lower E string, instead of it being at the top in the diagram, it's going to be at the bottom right there. So it's pretty much just going to be inverted or like flipped upside down when it comes to the structure of the strings. And when it comes to locating frets in your guitar, it's going to be pretty much determined by these vertical lines right here. And whatever space is between those vertical lines, that's going to be your fret. So between these two vertical lines, it's going to be your first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, and so on and so forth. So for the numbers such as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then onwards up until the very last fret right here on your guitar, or the fret that you can reach in your guitar, it's just going to be like that. So when it comes to 0, it's pretty much going to be representing an open string. Yep, just like that. So if you see 0 on the lower E string, just pluck that lower E string. If you see 1 on the lower E string, you press the first fret on the lower E string. You see it on 2 on the lower E string, you pluck it there. You see a 3, you pluck this fret. You see 4, you pluck this fret. You see 5, you pluck this fret. And it's the same thing for the rest of the strings. So if it's going to be 2 on the A string, it's going to be this fret right here. If it's 4 on the A string, it's going to be this fret right here. Yep, just like that. And there's also a possibility when you need to press 3, 2, or more than 1 strings altogether. That's also a thing, especially with chords, for example. So if a tab requires you to play the second fret on the D string, second fret on the G string, and the second fret on the B string altogether, you're just going to be playing it like this. So the only disadvantage when it comes to playing guitar tabs is that it's not going to be specifying which fingers you're going to use when it comes to plucking these specific strings in these specific frets. So you can either play it like this, you can even play it like this, or you could play it like this. So it depends on the preference of the guitarist as well as the context as you're playing the piece or the part of that song. So yeah, there's not really like a specific wrong or right answers when it comes to pressing certain frets and certain strings when it comes to playing the guitar. So as long as it sounds right, it's pretty much right. So the other noteworthy thing when it comes to playing guitar tabs is going to be the letter X. Sometimes you're going to be seeing it on other guitar tabs, like this one right here. And it pretty much means that when it comes to this string right here, it's going to be muted, like this one. Yep, just like that. Either you just mute it or you don't play it altogether. So an example of this is once again going to be the A string. It's going to be this one right here. Open string, the A string, as it's represented by a 0 right there on the A string. It's going to be 2, 2, 2, then another 0 on the high E string. So altogether it's going to be like this. Yep, and that's how you play an A string according to this guitar tab right here. So what's going to happen if you don't follow this guitar tab right here and just left it open instead of putting an X? It's going to sound a bit messy. Yep, the specific chord sound for the A major chord is going to be right here. Yep. So there's two ways when it comes to playing a dead string, is to either not play the string altogether and just play the other strings. Or you could use certain fingers like your thumb for example. Just let that rest right there on the lower E string, not pressing on it, not applying any pressure to create that dead sound. Because if you press on it, it's gonna make a sound. But if you release that pressure, it's going to be a dead string, as represented by that X symbol right there. Okay, so next up I'm going to be teaching you guys how to read certain guitar movements with your guitar tabs. So these are signified by different symbols, so let's go straight back into it. So first up is going to be the letter H. It's going to be representing hammer-ons. So for example, you see a 5 on your guitar tab right there on the B string. You're going to be having the letter H, which represents the hammer-on. Then you're going to be moving to 7 for example. So that means you're going to be plucking the B string on the 5th fret. Then you're going to be doing a hammer-on the 7th fret. Yep, like that. 5, hammer-on, 7. 5, hammer-on, 7. 5, hammer-on, 7. Yep. Yep, this movement right here is going to be called a hammer-on. And the opposite of that is going to be called a pull-off. It's going to be like this. Yep. And it's represented by the symbol P right there. So once again, 7, P, 5. It's represented right here on the guitar tab. Yep, it's going to be like that. 7 on the B string and do a pull off on the 5. Yep. Just like that. So next up is going to be the letter V, which represents for vibrato, which is pretty much just going to be pressing a string, just going to be letting it vibrate. Yep, just letting that shake. Just go like that. Yes, that's a vibrato right there. The next up are going to be these slashes right here. It's going from a lower number to a higher number. That's going to be your slide ups. So for example, sliding up from 3 to 5. Yep, instead of doing a hammer-on, it's going to be slide to it. And the opposite of that will be called slide downs. It's pretty much going to be moving from a higher number to a lower number. Yep. Pretty much it's going to be like this, from 5 to 3. So before we finish this video, I'm going to be applying some of these concepts when it comes to reading guitar tabs. And an example that we're going to be using is going to be from the song 13 by Laney. So we're going to be playing the solo or the bridge lead sections of the song using guitar tabs. So first part, it's going to be this one right here. We're going to be playing the 6th fret of that string first, followed by the hammer-on the 8th fret. Yep, 6 hammer-on 8 on the G string, followed by the 7th fret on the B string, hammer-on 9. Yep, just like that. And once more, we're going to be plucking the 9th fret on the B string, followed by a slide up on the 11th fret. Yep. Then after that, it's going to be the 7th fret once more on the B string. Once again, plucking the 7th fret on the B string, and a quick hammer on to the 9th fret of the same string. So first up, we have this right here. Now next part is going to be this one right here. So once again, 6th fret G string, hammer on 8th fret G string. It's going to be the 7th fret B string, hammer on 9th fret B string. It's going to be 9, slide up 11. And once again, plucking the 7th fret on the B string twice. Yep, so we have this. That's the second part. And once again, for the third part right here, it's pretty much the same when it comes to the first part. Yep, just like that. And so for the last part, we're going to be plucking the 11th fret on the B string, doing a hammer on the 12th fret on the B string. It's going to sound like that. That's going to be the 9th fret on the same string. You're doing a hammer on the 11th fret. It's going to be this one right here. And then we're doing a 7th fret on the B string. Put some vibrato in there too for some extra style. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, it's going to sound like this by using our guitar tabs right here. Yep, and just like that, you're on your way when it comes to understanding guitar tabs. And yeah, that's the end of this guitar lesson. Thank you guys for watching this far into the video. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. And please once again do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below so that you guys will be able to stay updated for future videos. So if you guys would like me to teach any other guitar concepts or similar stuff like that, just comment it down below as well. And I'll try to do it for you. And I'll also be able to show your support by sending a super thanks my way down below as well. I'd really appreciate that. And if you'd like to watch my other guitar lessons or guitar tutorials, just click these ones right here. It's all good, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.